We fly but have not yet arrived, a suspended moment, the possible one of the provinces of truth. It's delightful. What you say as a duck. You can say nothing outside of this. Let us now consider the other eye. If we consider the other eye, a small balloon filled with awakening, if the duck's beak splintered into 1,000 truths, or on which to impale our enemy, we drown in what isn't there, light or air. If I were a duck and also king, if I were a duck and also lawn furniture, if I were able to be more than one thing, infinite but mortal, sorrow filled with workers, a cliff neglected, my mother but also my daughter, here, take this eye. If I look upon the whole meadow as an elucidation, as a daughter looks for her lost mother among the discarded life nets tangled in the sea of a duck's dream. If with this gift I move, big waters turn the heads of smirking clocks way, way back, the earth just a bruise on the tongue. The world is tender, the tip of a duck's tongue. Hush. We swim through the present bruise, the neck of a mallard, the iridescent neck of a duck, the underside of stone. Hush. In the pond, the wake needs to lead. In the meadow, the gun needs its bayonet, the impossible one of the provinces of truth. Hush. When I returned from the church, my husband was missing an eye. We searched where the duck slept in the pig's embrace. Hush, said the reeds. Hush, said the pond. The impossible, a province of its own. Hush, bayonet-faced wife. Your husband will swim back to you. On the back of a mallard, on the back of a stone. Hush, small husband. There is so much joy in the sorrow of a king. What explodes? The duck, obviously, but also springtime. Our downy heart, duckling size. Here, our small husband, a soldier, stands in the palm of our right hand. A duck eats yeast, explodes. Mother runs from the barn. Father runs from the kitchen. Sun sinks to the horizon. Meadow can only flower. The hired man dances. The hired man is dances. Hand raised to brow. Oh, I lost an eye. Lost an eye. I have only feathers now. All I see is the sky. The horizon spread her downy wings over the wingless and the mute. Again, the hired man is dances, palms to the sky, to the sky. Jig as strong as magic, jig to bring the sun to its knees. Jar full of stars, a feathered aria. The hired man is dances. Another eye, another eye, another eye, a duck, a duck, a duck, another eye. When the yeast rises, the sun rises. When the sun falls, the bread stays tall. Is the human heart a duck? Is the poem an eye? Is the cathedral of the future flame?
When Chewbacca starts shaving, where does he begin? Nel mezzo del cammin di nostra vita, in the middle of, the middle one, the possible provinces of truth. Something we were saying, or that was being said, an alphabet whose A seems infinitely distant, whose Z does too. Life, a theory. Being born is an erasure of what isn't us. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, St. Augustine, they called him, in the middle of an ocean. In big band theory, second trumpeter is king. It begins with the typewriter ribbon, Neba's strip imprinted with Charlie Parker, a trumpeter swan, a middle eight, followed by a crescendo, a fall from grace, but only mezzo, M and N, mnemonic. Down the hatch, ocean flowing backward, the middle of what you were saying and what I was not. Bird on a mountain in a swan-white suit, Benny in the sky, dark as shadow, clarinets, dizzy, rising from underwater. Benny was bird plus diz, wave plus wave plus wave. What would it be buried in words? What would it look like, the other side of saying? How the quiescence weaves a hole in the heart of the dizzy bird. How silent we are when, in the mouth of a howl, how a wave weaves into a hurricane. How arrogantly the day wanes. Hush, how many bones in the human body? A syllabary of possible fracture. Owl, the word for owl to another owl. Night, no word for itself. Is always surprised when it's gone. Is there language without language? Body without body? There's a great joke the moon tells when it's covered by cloud. What is it? Don't know, it's covered by cloud. Cloud is the rib cage holding in the moon and the moon's joke. Phalanges, prisoners. Clavicle, the wave that is not wave, that is owl. Vertebrae, rooms eroding, half and a quarter, then days. Why, the body is a footnote to the wise-cracking cosmos. X, the janitor, eraser, and mop in hand. Inside the body, a forest of nerves, arteries, veins, columns of bone, Greek ruins. In the broom closet, old Mr. Jones, heart and janitor. Old Mr. Jones, thump, thump, working until death like an owl. Hush! Old Mr. Jones, reading this poem, lost his copy. After 1,000 years, an owl flew onto the headstone. The poem in its mouth. A miracle, old Mr. Jones thumped. Not really, the owl said. Your name's written all over it. Body makes its mark. Thousands of days, stops to count each brand of thump. The forest of nerve grows into a mouth that cannot contain the poem. The broom forgets it is a broom, remembers it was once a small pile of nerves. Lost name finds its bag of skin. Days count themselves in clouds, an owl inside Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones inside that owl. Inside that, a cloud, dowdy as heart. Nerves are rain. Blood bites air so we can survive. Not when we're buried, but always our mantle of air, the blue lining that is our heart. Mr. Jones whips off his coat like a cape, flashes the sky blue lining, scalloped waves, a beating heart. No, the blood cannot bite the apple, nor the sky, nor the blue, nor the wave, can only move through skin like blue to its lover. In the metropolis of the body, blood is a riot. A, what do we want? Time, when do we want it? How can we know till we get it? B, we protest government by wound. C, blue is movement, a wave which blues our brain, blurs. Everything seems. Hesiod says a bronze anvil falling from heaven would fall 9 days before it reaches earth. We riot against the anvil between body and want. 9 days until we can hold Hesiod's bull-like earth shaker, shrunken head filled with seeds. Blue, blue, tomorrow. I'm 16 and in a stolen car. I can bull-like earth shaker, music blasting, heart like bull-like earth shaker. I ride up the mountain, raise fuck you earth shaker fist, my breath anvil falling. Beside bull-like, bird exchanges molecules with blue. Anger can only be understood backwards, paid forwards. 16, stealing a bird. The neighbor's pigeon coop. More anger than molecules. Little punk shit, unable to math my way out. The path from song to fuck you is Meebus. My fist, a shit murmuration. Thing plus one, more thing, is one more fucking thing. T plus T2 equals the function of T3. Hardly a bullshit earth shaker, but a formula I know. A crap ton here, but at least it's my crap ton. Stars look like meek and sappy twinklers, but they're blazing, rioting mind fuckers. Teetering on this fuckery of a planet, we turn to meek twinklers for salvation. Geometric theory, solid figures composed of vertices, edges, flat faces. All those fucking function of FT3, Bermuda strip, twist and shout, ride and shout, bloom and shout, multiply, attach and shout, adore and shout, implore, twinkle and shout, bird and shout, fuck, think and shout, spurt and shout, flower, quiet and shout, quash and shout, piss, sleep and shout, please and shout, age, write and shout, breathe and shout, whisper, moon and shout, tree and shout, riot, shout, and...
I too typos last night. You can put lipstick on a big bang to bear witness. The wrong remains the scheme. Typomancer, witness of space-time, withoutness of horizon, a bend in the road, a broken. I was 8, Miss Devlin, my teacher, explaining, there is green hill far away without a city wall. Do you walk into the future, or does it come towards you? Time like an O. I was 8. Red bandana, red star, white shirt, no priest, no minister, no telescope. Ripple of years over a green sea, wheat field in a jar. My grandfather's town, so small, if you said its name, as you walked in, you'd have walked out before you finished. Mark Twain said, those who are inclined to worry have the widest selection in history. If the rich could hire other people to die for them, the poor could make a wonderful living. Over my shoulder, geese and ducks and grandfathers and even greater-grandfathers clinging to their one copy of Huckleberry Finn. Mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, great-great-greats, children, sons and daughters, there have always been people dying for us. Trajectory equals a broken arc, lungs empty of ancestors, unknown birds, and grandparents. Oh yeah, that thing, yeast, fungi, lichen, symbiosis, writing with you, yes, dear reader, the center will not hold yeast, Yeats, language biome, ink thinking. Ink through the middle of thinking and language, through the infinite field and how we set it together. The largest island is the largest lake on the largest island and the largest lake on the largest island in the largest lake in the world. We wouldn't be around to know this is a beginning again. An unexplained crack in my tongue. To begin and begin and begin in the middle of a sentence after the final yes of yesness.